Hello there, it's Hughes here from Distant Planet. Just a little note before the feature. We spend a lot of time making the content for the channel for you to enjoy, and I ask you to consider, if you enjoy the content and you can afford it, if you'd make a little donation to our Buy Me a Coffee link. There's a link up on the screen now and in the notes below. We'd really appreciate that, and it'd really help with our running costs. Anyway, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and most of all, enjoy the content. Hi, I'm Simon, aka DJ Hughesy.
I'm Louise +1.
And yeah, we're here at MOT in South London for another Distant Planet party. So who have we got tonight? We've got DeWard. He's going to be doing a back-to-back with myself and Louise at the end. Warlock, Equinox,
Sick Note and LS Dead. Interlude who are coming up from Bristol. Master 4 and Breezer. Janaway from Bristol.
So let's check some stuff out.
Interlude crew, welcome to Distant Planet. You did the first 2-hour warm-up. How did you find it?
It was really wicked. It was a proper lovely crowd. One of the best setups you ever mixed on as well.
It was slightly challenging compared to what we normally play. So we normally play a little bit of a faster set, so I think we had to prepare quite a lot more for this one.
We've been really exploring a slower sound recently, so it's actually quite a nice coincidence that we got to play that out to somewhere I never thought I would play before.
You do nights in Bristol. Do you want to tell us a bit about them?
We run a night called Elysium. Yeah, we try and bring the types of music that we enjoy to Bristol, and not necessarily stuff we even play, which is a nice way to explore music without having to mix all different genres. We can get someone we like and bring them in to show us something which is new to us. But yeah, we started doing those nights about a year ago. It's been a really nice creative outlet for us. The promotion, the decorations, making sure everything is how we would want an event to be.
I think with Elysium we kind of I personally got quite bored with seeing the same sort of male lineups. So we try and push forward people of colour, especially women and non-binary people in our lineups. And we really try and give people an opportunity to play even if they've never played before.
We also got bored of going to events that don't put that same level of effort in to create a full immersive experience, similar to what you guys do with the lights and, just curating an actual atmosphere inside the dance.
Can you tell us about your music production?
Tonight was also special for me for another reason. Played one of my tunes out for the first time on vinyl. We picked up the dub plates this morning. I think we've all been getting into production recently, trying to take inspiration from all the sounds that we love, bring fresh sort of energy to it. Myself and Tommy DJ Doubt put out our first EP together about a month ago actually on Interception.
Watching DJ Doubt and Rubik's really curate their sound and work on it, it's just cool to see, and I feel like I've noticed such growth and development in your sound. I'm excited to see where it goes, really.
Yes. You're locked into the sound of Interlude. Absolutely flexing.
I'm here with Finn, one of the staff at MOT. Finn, yeah, what can you tell us about MOT?
We speak for ourselves. I mean, just come down and come to Distant Planet for a good rave and a good time. We're completely free and make sure everyone's safe and has a good time and feels free to dance and express themselves.
Tell us about some of the other nights and things that go on.
Well, we put on a lot of underground parties. I mean, being here from the start has been one of the main kind of identities of us, but we put on a lot of underground techno and just make sure, you know, the community can get involved with what we're doing, because it becomes hard for people to get involved in the industry right now. It's expensive and you don't make no money on it. It's a passion project, and it's what a lot of other people say. It's really something interesting. It's more for the fun of it than to make money, which a lot of people don't see. Yeah, they don't see as much, and that's what we're about. We're raw for it, you know. It is just for the party. I've seen so many crowd changes. So interesting seeing the new generation of people, new generation of ravers, completely different to what you're used to, and a completely different kind of music as well. What are they going to do in the next few years? What are they going to bring to the industry?
And thunder. 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 Thunder.
We've got Tommy here, aka DJ Doubt. Where have you come from for the party?
I've come from Bristol along with the Interlude crew. I live with all three of them, so I've come to support them at most of their gigs.
And have you been to any Distant Planets before this one?
I've been to a lot of the ones at MOT in the last 2 years, and I've been to every single one in Bristol.
So what's your involvement, your own involvement in the music scene?
I would say I'm generally a producer first. I see DJing kind of as like an outlet for playing my own music to other people, and now that I'm pressing some stuff on dub plates and hopefully getting some vinyl releases pretty soon, that's going to be even easier to play the vinyl sets like I prefer. I do enjoy it as its own thing as well, and I think there's some it's a great chance to play some classic tunes that I want to show to people, especially in Bristol, where a lot of people haven't heard of 93, 92 jungle techno sound, which is my favorite ever, that basement record stuff. And
have you got a SoundCloud where people can listen to your music?
If you check out the Interception SoundCloud or on their Bandcamp as well, I've got my first EP out with Rubik's, who's 1/3 of Interlude. Keep an eye out on my socials. I'm at DJ Doubt Music on Instagram.
Do you want to tell us your name?
Travis.
And how long have you been coming to Distant Planet?
About 4 or 5 years now, something like that.
What do you think of it?
It's good vibes, good music. Every time it's just the best shit.
Is there anything that sticks out in particular?
The music, every time, it's songs you've never heard, or the classics. It's just bangers every time. It's just a good music.
Last hour, we've had LS Dare and Sick Note, both respectively from Whistle Crew, Horns Crew and Planet Wax. Tell us, how was it for you guys?
It's always great to come to a Distant Planet, regardless if I'm playing, so I really enjoyed it. This guy is like a ninja on the decks. So yeah, to go back to back was pretty cool. Yeah, buzzing from it, feeling happy, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice because you can draw a bit deeper. You can go proper in, which I like, you know, and you can play whatever you want. So yeah, got to play like almost happy hardcore at the end. So that was nice.
Tell us a bit about Whistle Crew Horns Crew, Robin.
So it's an event around the corner and it's in a pub called the Bird's Nest. It kind of just found me basically. I was living in the area and I linked up with the owner and started doing these parties and they sort of just grew and yeah, pretty magical. Like Deptford's an amazing place. So just kind of flying the flag.
Sick note, he's got the t-shirt on there, Planet Wax. Tell us a little bit about Planet Wax.
First and foremost, community space. It's a place for everyone to come, hang out, listen to music, drink nice beer, cut double-eights. It's another spot in this area. All the heads, you know, and all the people that are into this music, and you get to be a bit more intimate there, I think. It's not like being in a rave like here, where it's difficult to talk to people and stuff, you know, well, it can be. You can go and sit at the bar and someone can come and speak to you or come and speak to Rob. Whereas in a rave, you can't do that. So I think it makes it a bit more personal. And it's all about the vinyl. Collecting and buying the records, the black discs.
Many records I played tonight, I purchased in Planet Wax.
Yes.
Big up Planet Wax, big up Whistle Crew Horns Crew. Look out for them.
Distant Planet.
We've got Greg here, who's the sound engineer at MOT. How long have you been working at MOT?
I'm working here from the very beginning, but as a full-time job, I'm doing this just for like 2 years maybe.
What were you doing before you came to MOT?
I'm a freelancer for like 15 years or even more, and I was part of the team behind the project called Red Gallery, which was a Shoreditch-based live music venue and exhibition place and this kind of stuff. And before that I used to work in Fabric, so I live in London for like 25 years and mainly I do sound, but I do all sorts of other stuff. I'm running a music studio, I'm part of a music band, and I integrated myself into the music culture, let's say, within London and within the scene here around.
And what's the name of the band?
Test Department.
So how do you find the sound system at MOT?
Yeah, I think Richard is a very good friend of mine. He did a very good work to put the system together. It's amazing. I think it sounds great. I think, of course, it's lots of work, and we constantly working really hard to make it better and better and, adjusting the system and, accommodate the different kind of needs. Even Jen, who is running the place, is like, this is the number one. We cannot compromise on sound,
Tell us about what you've been up to recently. Like, I know you do the Videography and Blur as well as Warlock.
I guess always my big focus is like my monthly show, which I'm doing on Cool on the Rinse FM network, and that's just like an exercise to find all the new music that's going on at the moment. Everything from kind of like bass, breaks, electro, up to faster stuff, interesting jungle and drum and bass, and then I'll be finding some really interesting stuff. Like, I don't even know what it's called, but like the stuff that kind of switches between 100 and 200 BPM, but it's quite minimal bass music stuff. So I've been just doing my radio shows and just kind of putting all that stuff in there, but then doing loads of gigs around that as well. So I was up in Glasgow last weekend playing at the Wicked Exit Club, they were doing a whole jungle night, so I just played a whole load of new jungle. Producing, I've just been really busy with loads of other stuff at the moment. I've got a release coming out on Sneaker Social Club, breakbeat, 140 BPM, new sounds, but kind of a foot in the past, but kind of forward thinking. Dex Records are putting out some of my Hoover and Blur kind of jungle stuff that's kind of not just old jungle. It's like jungle bass music, 160 BPM. I mean, obviously Hoover and Blur is a secret alias. No one knows this, right?
Have I blown your cover?
Yeah. No, it's out there. A lot of people still don't know that I'm the Warlock from like 30 years ago. They're like, well, you're that one who played at Helter Skelter and Labyrinth, and it's like, yeah, it's the same one. Like, oh, I thought that was a different one, and there was a different one in the dubstep days. It's all me.
Yeah, like I say, you're not a stranger to sort of like looking out for new music, and I'm sure if there's a new emerging genre, Warlock will be on it. So anyway, thanks for talking to us, Warlock. Big up.
Thank you for interviewing him. Big up Distant Planet. Just how many years you've been doing now, and it's firing, just going from strength to strength. So big up.
I'm here with another techno legend. Here with the music maker, Owen. Good to see you, mate.
And you, mate. It's been a while. Come down and see your night. As always, it's a good one.
Yeah, so tell us what you've been up to.
Bit of everything. Producing music through lockdown. Been working on a clothing brand, which will be out in 2025 for Christmas time. Similar to this one. Patterns, colourful, very different as you'd expect.
We've done a couple of parties where we've had Owen dancing his legendary mirror suit. Yeah, tell us a bit about that.
That's hard-working suit because it gets really hot. When I mean hot, it gets hot. It's hot in there now, but if you imagine wearing a suit that is wet, it gets hotter and heavier and heavier and heavier. I like to entertain, so I get on with it.
So I'm here with, what's your name?
Andy.
Andy does the lighting for us, lighting and lasers at Distant Planet. Yeah, what can you tell us about that, Andy?
With Distant Planet, I like to make something different. A lot of people are doing venues with built-in lighting, and it just becomes a normal club night like anything else, whereas I like to make a show and a focal point and a bit of theatre about it, and I try and that helps assist the DJs bring the energy into the dance, I think.
Anything else you want to add, Andy?
Just keep an eye out for the Pink Panther.
I'm here with Hilton. He's had a history of making jungle and hardcore music under the alias of Jack Horner. Hilton come to our night at the Royal Sovereign. He said to Louise, "You didn't play any of my tunes." Like, what's that then? It's like, oh, I used to make tunes under the name Jack Horner. Straight away, I ran up and completely fanboyed him. What you been up to recently?
Well, that night was a bit of a catalyst, actually, because I bumped into Equinox, who I haven't seen for 20 years. He put me in contact with Pete Devnall. Pete's releasing one of my tracks on 8205, which is something that's unreleased. I've done another track and had it released on Future Retro, and I'm working on some new stuff. Bit of jungle, bit of drum and bass, hardcore, that kind of stuff.
How's it been for you in comparison to how it was back in the day, sort of like rediscovering this whole thing?
This night in particular just reminds me of the acid days, should I say it. It's like a really brilliant vibe. The people are all friendly. They're just here for the music, just to have a good time. There's no attitude, just party vibes, really. The production's a bit tighter than it was before. Obviously, I was using outboard gear, and at the moment, I'm producing on Logic and using Max, and it's great. It's really good stuff.
I'm here with Distant Planet regular deck slayer Marlon, aka Equinox. How you doing, Marlon?
I'm good. I'm all right.
How was the set tonight?
Yeah, it was all right. I struggled a bit at first. It's like I've had a bit of a nightmare day, to be honest. Always coming down to Distant Planet, it's always good fun. It's lifting my spirits again. I was a bit low coming out, but I'm all right now.
What are you up to at the moment? I know you're always busy. Your label Cywax and...
Oh, at the moment, there's not much going on with Cywax, but at the moment I'm working with my long-time collaborator, Busy B, my mentor. We've got an exhibition on at the moment at the Greenwich University about how we used to make breakbeat tunes and stuff on the Amiga back in like 91, 92. So we've got an exhibition on that's until the 2nd November. All the old Akai gears there, the mixing desk, all the original gear we used to use back in like the early 90s.
So I'm going to get down there myself. Thanks for the chat, Marlon. Big up.
Anytime. Big up.
If you bought the Too Dope EP, you'll probably know this track. We've got a stab here from the SL2. This is the big reveal now, right? We've got a break, which we labelled as Rad Break. We've got a stab here. We've got the old funky drummer. I call this one the pleader, known in the helicopter track. Siren from Colin Dale, apparently. And here is the good old trusted Amen beat. We've got the B-stick sound. What am I mates saying? Give me man, got a ticket. Sounds quite good, it's got little speakers, doesn't it? Speaking of TDK, we have Walk Factor 1 in the place. Absolute tune, this one. When I count to 3, I want to hear the most noise ever in a university. 1, 2, 3! We did it, guys, we did it. We did it. And we couldn't have done it without you. Thanks so much for coming, guys. Much appreciated.